Good morning to you. It is a Friday, finally Friday, February the 21st. Good to have you with us on Up to the Minute. A bit chilly outside if you step out there. It's good to stay warm, stay inside. You can watch us here on the show. My co-host this morning, Randy, is joining me from, are you at your home studio? Where are you today, Randy?
Yeah, I am at home today
So
for
you're
now.
staying warm inside. The rest of us are out and about in this cold.
Well, I will be headed to Austin to spend the entire day tomorrow in the cold with my daughter at her rugby tournament. So,
Yeah, it's supposed to be cold and rainy too. So you got rain to
yes,
deal with, but I guess rugby, they're all about that, right?
the dirtier the better.
The dirtier the better. So big weekend for you, and of course hopefully a relaxing weekend for everyone this weekend if you're getting out and about. We've got a great show for you today. It's finally Friday. It's Film Friday as well. We've got a Film Friday guest coming up, and we want to welcome everyone watching us on Facebook and on YouTube. We are live Mondays through Fridays 10 a.m. and you can also catch us on you can catch us in our social media anytime, and also on HCCTV as well.
That's right. We're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page and YouTube. And we're also on X, LinkedIn, and HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 Monday through Friday.
Okay, we are, that's right, Ray. Well, you've got a special guest you're going to be talking to very soon. Dr. Alissa De Jongh is the professor of facial aesthetics and NISOD Excellence Award, League of Innovation Award winner as well. Alissa, welcome back to the show. It's always good to see you.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so we're going to be hearing everything you're going to be telling us about with aesthetics and our department involving that. So stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes or so. But first off, it is Film Friday, and we've got a special guest who's joined us before. Now their organization has been renamed for a good reason. Maureen McNamara, she is the co-founder and director of Arthouse Houston. Welcome back to the show, Maureen.
Thank you. So happy to be with you guys today.
Now, good news is, I think the last time you and I talked, you were with the organization known as Friends of River Oaks, but now you've changed your name of the organization because, hey, River Oaks is back. The theater is back and opened up. So
Right.
Tell us about Arthouse and what Arthouse is all about.
Well, so Arthouse is actually a DBA of Friends of River Oaks. So we continue on our mission to help support the River Oaks Theater, but also we are working to help support the larger film community and art house and historic theater community in the city in general.
Now, how are things going at River Oaks Theater? I know they've been open for reopened, I should say, for a little while, and I haven't been to it since it's reopened. I lived in that area, so I was going to it at least maybe once every couple of weeks before. But what can I expect when I go back in? Because I heard it's changed a lot, but it's still reminiscent of the old place.
Right. So there was a lot of attention to preserving a lot of the historic structural, architectural elements, but it's definitely been upgraded and it's really beautiful.
They're serving food now, correct? Beyond
That's
just the
right.
regular fare you'd get at theaters. Is the bar still upstairs?
The bar is still upstairs and there's a bar downstairs. So there's
I see it too.
plenty of drinking going on at the theater.
You know, it was funny because it's a theater, but there's a bar upstairs, and I swear I'd go to the theater and walk by that bar, and I'd see the same people sitting at that bar all the time. So they
Right.
must have been regulars at a theater bar. But let's talk about what's going on. I know Wes Anderson and Richard Linklater were also involved in helping the theater. What is Wes and Rick's Pick series?
Well, so following up with the helping to save the theater, which, yes, Wes and Rick were both involved in. We talked about how their experiences growing up in Houston and going to the River Oaks Theater and art houses in Houston had influenced and impacted them and their art form. And Rick has said specifically, I didn't go to film school, I went to the River Oaks Theater. So I had the idea of pulling together a film series of films that really impacted them and that they felt like everybody should see on the big screen and in community. So I talked to them about the possibility of putting together a series together. And so they have chosen the films, and they're sending individual special introductions to each of the films that we're presenting beforehand.
Well, you've had some good ones, and you've got a great one coming up on the 25th, Taxi Driver. And it sounds like they both were inspired by this film and River Oaks. Let me ask you this. Did they both, or one of them at least, see that movie originally at River Oaks Theater?
Yes. So this was actually, I have a list from each of them, but this was Richard Linkletter's pick. And he saw it on a double feature at the River Oaks with Mean Streets, and he was deeply impacted by the film, and he talks about that in his introduction.
Now, let's talk about the film itself. I mean, Taxi Driver, obviously one of Scorsese's biggest hits. Many say it's his masterpiece. Goes back to 1976, and it launched the career of an actor who wasn't that well known at the time, Robert De Niro.
That's right.
What are your thoughts of the film? Do you obviously it's a classic. Do you consider an iconic film, maybe one of the best or the best that Scorsese's ever done?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I'm going to leave the talking about the film to Rick, because he does, and I think people should come and see the way that he talks about it and how it influenced him as a filmmaker.
It's an incredible film, definitely worth seeing on the big screen, because you don't get a chance to do that very often. Now, tickets, where can they get tickets for this special performance?
So people can visit us at arthousehtx.org, and there are also tickets available through the River Oaks Theater website.
Now, what's Wes Anderson's involved with this as well? What's his next pick?
His next pick is coming up, and it's Jane Campion's The Piano, which is one of the most stunning films I've ever seen, and really has to be seen on the big screen.
Another one that was widely talked about. I mean, it's, one thing I've noticed, because I do subscribe to the social media. I follow the social media for River Oaks Theater. All the different movies they're getting at that theater. You've got some new ones, but they're bringing back some of them. I'm not going to call them classics, but movies that are so relevant in society, movies you may have not seen on a big screen, but you've seen them a gazillion times, but you get the experience to see these that you may have not on the big screen for the first time.
Right. There's something happening now. I think in the community, there's a really strong draw, people getting back out to see repertory film at theaters and at art houses, and it's a I don't know, it's really a great thing. I think that there are a lot of people who are valuing the kind of being in community, but also the real difference between seeing a film on a big screen in the theater with other people having common experiences. Right now, that's the moment.
Well, one of the things that you have to see on the big screen with other people around, or it's not the same. And one of the things that first brought me to the River Oaks Theater back when I was probably a late teenager or early, almost in my 20s, was the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I know that it seems like you guys have revived that again. Is you got a full cast with that for the shows as well?
Absolutely. There are actually two different casts that alternate at the theater. So the original River Oaks cast, which is a really great cast, and a new cast.
And I imagine that movie is it still relevant to people in their late teens and early 20s as it was to us when we were that age?
I say it's fun for all ages.
I know when the movie was in theaters back then, we'd go see it on Friday because it was at the midnight showing on Fridays, and I think on Saturdays they had it seems like don't mark correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like on Saturdays, I know one time I saw a concert film there. May have been the Led Zeppelin film on a Saturday night there.
Right.
But Fridays, when you'd see that, I mean, it was an incredible performance, interactive. You brought all this stuff with you. I went out and bought the album, and I bought the VHS back then, a Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Right.
But watching the VHS was just never the same without going to the theater. In fact, now I wouldn't watch it on TV or VH or record it or stream it. You got to see it in the theater.
Yep. Hugely different.
Very different experience. Big things on the horizon that you want to mention? I know you guys got a podcast out there as well.
We have a podcast, and it's called Friends on Film and Other Creative Mischief. We are working on a documentary about the community coming together, saving the theater, and it's in post-production right now. And we have always something fun going on. So yes, like us and follow us at Arthouse HTX on all social medias.
We're going to make it easy and put your social media and all your pertinent information in our post after the show in our social media. Maureen McNamara, she is the co-founder and director of Arthouse Houston. And I got to get out to the River Oaks Theater soon.
Yes, you do.
I need to get back to it. All right, Maureen, thanks for being here. Wish you the best of luck.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right. We are going to take a short break. When we get back, Randy's got a special guest. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much that helped me. I finally knew that I had somebody.
Thank you so much for staying with us. And I'd like to welcome Dr. Alissa De Jongh, professor of HCC's facial aesthetics. Dr. De Jongh, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, Randy. Thanks for having me.
And thanks for letting me murder your name. I'm the killer of all names, and it's well known around here. But let's start with your department's upcoming events and department expansions because you have a lot going on.
Yeah, we really do. It's exciting. I mean, our program, has grown and we were really blessed. Even during COVID, we didn't shrink. So it's been a really great ride for us, busy ride. And we expanded last year from just having our one facial program at Southeast campus to having the second location over at the Alief-Bissonnet. We had our first graduating class in December. Woo, shout out to them. And so now we have two facial programs, which is great. And then, of course, cosmetology is at several campuses at Alief-Bissonnet, Southeast, and Northline. And then our barbering program is at Central. And the Lash program is also at Southeast. So we have a lot going on.
You do. And I hear that you are running wait lists and you are full.
Always. Yeah, we usually fill up like in the spring. By the end of May, our fall class is full. So I always encourage people, please, apply early. Don't wait because it's just that we don't have huge labs, right? We can take in one lab 14 and another lab 16 just because of space and regulations. So that's, what keeps us like limited, I guess you should say, but we do the most we can in those spaces that we have.
Well, on the other hand, when there's 14 and 16 students, they're getting more personal attention, which I think is one of the many great things about your program is that those students come out and really feel like somebody's been with them on the journey. So that's always nice.
Yeah, and actually, I mean, I have three exciting things to share. Three of my students that graduated in December already took their boards and have jobs. So they've been emailing me where they're working in the local spas, and one actually opened her own. So they get a lot of attention and they're ready to go to work as soon as they graduate.
Well, that sounds amazing. So is there an application process for interested students and is there scholarship financial aid?
Yes, yes. So we have them contact our department administrative team, which is located at the Southeast campus, and they will get an application for our program. They have already are going to need to get their W number, right? Because they have to have an HCCW number. But we also have documents that the state requires us to get. So they go through this. It's a very simple one-page form. It's not a hard thing to do. And then they'll be issued permission numbers once they have all of their items in. And then, we're public, so it's first come, first serve. So a lot of times maybe 30 people get issued permission numbers, but as I said, we only have limited spots. So it's important for them to take their time to get registered and yes, on the scholarship. So HCC is an amazing college and we have so many opportunities through the foundation, through Eagle scholarships, through Swoop. So if they just go to the HCC main page and type in scholarships in the search bar, they will find many opportunities to get help with the program.
So there's all the things that they need to get ready for success. But I want to talk to you about your partnership with Dress for Success.
Oh, I love this organization. So they support us every semester. When I have graduating students, I reach out to them and we connect, and they do a special day for my students. And so we go to their facility, which is in Midtown, and they give us 1 hour of interview prep. So the students bring their resume and they get to talk about how to interview and, feeling good about their confidence when they walk into an interview. And then the second hour is all about suiting. And so they have volunteers who work in the Dress for Success and they're paired with students. So they get a private dressing. They pick out several outfits, and then whatever's their favorite, they get to take home a beautiful suit, a handbag, shoes. It's really nice. It's a very nice experience for the students, and I'm so appreciative that we have that partnership.
Well, I want to ask you about, you have a spa grand opening coming, right?
We just did it this week and we served 21 clients. It was a huge success and we're booked out for the whole semester. So as soon as the notice goes out that we're open, it fills up very fast. So the students really had a nice time connecting with the clients and serving them.
Well, that sounds great, like real practical hands-on experience. Now, you guys have a team of facial ambassadors.
Yeah, so we go out and we connect with community. So we are planning to do a hand massage event with, I think we're going to be at Katy towards the end of the semester for a de-stress event, I think is what they're calling it for finals. So that's one of the things we're doing in our community. Another thing is that we get invited oftentimes to community events. So we're doing a fashion show at the River Oaks Country Club. Our students get the opportunity to work with professional models and professional developers or directors of shows. So we go out and we try to give HCC facial program a great face.
Well, I mean, it sounds amazing, and I know you guys always do book up, so I'm very sad that I've never gotten in. Really quick as we wrap, you are speaking at the Skin Science Conference in March.
Yes, I'll be in New York City and I'm going to be speaking on skin anatomy and physiology for estheticians in the medical field, and especially dear to my heart is I'm also teaching oncology aesthetics. You know, we have the medical center here, MD Anderson Cancer Center, and so a lot of times skin care gets overlooked, and so that's what I'll be teaching at that show. I'm excited to share with other people in the community how to take care of our cancer survivors.
Well, thank you so much to spare us a little bit of time, Alicia, in your busy schedule. You have so much going on, but it was so nice to hear all about everything that's happening in our facial aesthetics program. I'm super excited to see what else is coming. We'll have all your information in the post after the show, and I hope that you have a great and relaxing weekend because it sounds like you're busy.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually going to TCCTA, so I hope to see you in the spa soon. We have 3 opportunities.
And we'll be right back with Todd after a quick commercial.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, live on this Friday, wrapping up the show. We've got a few announcements of things happening across the district. On the 25th, Tuesday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., there will be a diabetes awareness fair. That's over at the Central Campus in the Harmon Building. HCC Central Rec Sports will host this awareness health and wellness fair, offering diabetes assessments, health screenings, and demonstrations on how to live a healthy lifestyle through diet and exercise, something we can all use. Check our post for more information after this show. And Talent Engagement has a road show going on, Randy.
That's right. They're bringing the ABCs of FMLA to the West Loop campus on Thursday, February 27th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The team is working hard to pack these valuable information opportunities to connect. There's going to be giveaways and prizes, so check our post after the show for more info.
Human Trafficking 101, that is happening as well. We want to talk to you about this very important subject. HCC's Ability and Counseling Services is hosting this seminar. It's a presentation by The Landing, an anti-trafficking organization. It's open to all HCC students, faculty, and staff, and it aims to provide an understanding of human trafficking so that attendees can recognize victims. It's 1 p.m. Thursday, March the 20th. It's a Teams presentation. Check our post after the show and how you can join them through a link. And withdrawing could be a problem for you, especially if you have financial aid. And Randy, we want to get our students educated about this.
That's right. HCC students need to be aware of how withdrawing affects your financial aid. Never attending, dropping, or withdrawing can have both short and long-term consequences for your future financial aid eligibility. So there is information on our webpage, but it might be wise to visit the HCC's withdrawal webpage for more info. Check our post after the show.
Okay, registration's still underway. You can still get some classes in before the semester ends. So get some credits. Go to hccs.edu/apply to explore your options. Monday, Mental Health Monday, a member of HCC's History Department will be here to talk about the Medical Humanities Digital Badge Program. Also, we'll have a visit from the Center for Mental Health and Wellbeing about its HEROES programs for veterans. That's coming up on Monday. Randy, have a good weekend in Austin. Enjoy the rainy, muddy rugby.
I will. You have a good weekend. Stay warm.
I'll try my best. All right. Thanks, folks, for being here. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday morning live, 10 a.m. for Up to the Minute.